Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Outback Regular Edition. This is one of my all-time favorite G.I. Joes when I was a kid, and I can't wait to see if he still holds up all these years later. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, here we have a closer look at the packaging, and it is almost identical to the artwork that we got before on the Tiger Force Outback packaging, except for that one had the plastic window where you could see the figure, and this one of course is your plastic free packaging. You can see a nice render of the figure there. It's number 63 in the series. You can look up all of his stats right there and specialties if you want. The artwork wraps around there on the side, and here on the back we can see he stands 6.3 inches tall. You can see all the stuff he comes with, nice renders of the figure, and again those same specialties right there. So let's get this guy opened up and out of the package. All right, here we have Outback opened up out of the package, all of his stuff laid out. And I gotta tell you, Outback is probably one of my top 3 favorite G.I. Joe characters, being Outback, Alpine, and Tonal Rat. Those are like my favorites. And I was really looking forward to this guy because they kind of teased us by giving us the Tiger Force version first. And I couldn't wait to get my hands on this guy. And I have a couple of QC issues, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with this guy. I think this might have been one of the only instances where if there had been a window package, I probably would have got a different version of this one with better paint than the one that I received, but it is what it is. Taking a closer look at all of his accessories, he comes with all of the exact same stuff that the Tiger Force version did, just in different colors. Here we have his backpack, which is very nicely sculpted. As you can see on the original, on the Tiger Force version, it's much darker. It's a much darker brown. We're going to leave him out because we're going to do a lot of comparisons with him and the weapons here in just a second. All of his accessories are cast in a much darker, like a black plastic, whereas all of the original, as you can see, is more of a darker gray plastic. The strap is a different color on the gun. He does come with a clip that fits very nicely inside of the machine gun itself. He comes with a shovel. The original had a dark gray shovel. This one is black, so we're going to go ahead and put this on the backpack itself. Get that out of here. He does come with his flashlight. Again, the original flashlight's a darker gray, so we'll go ahead and get him kitted out with that and put that in right there. Let's go ahead and turn it to the front. There we have it. He also comes with a very nice little pistol, and it even has a little plug in there on the tip for blast effects, if you have any, and a little bandage wrap around the handle. And he does come with a knife that's cast in black plastic and has like this gray. Mine's kind of bent. It's a little soft and pliable, but I can just bend it back the other way. And, you know, this thing is probably going to stay in his little boot sheath anyway, so it's okay. Now, taking a closer look at the figure itself, I think he's got some really nice paint apps on the head. I think the head came out just fine. I don't have a lot of problems with the head or the face sculpt. The bright blue eyes, I love the red in the hair. There's some layering and dry brushing going on, so there's some layers and texture to the hair, which is really nice. The tampo on the survival looks really good. His webbing, again, is more in line the color of his backpack, whereas the webbing on the original is much darker, as you can see. So that's really cool. I like the lighter webbing with this white t-shirt. I've got some pretty nasty paint smudges here and there. I have one on each bicep, as you can see. There's a little white smudge right there, one right there. I have some sloppy paint around the wrist where the watch band here is a little flesh tone. It's not all the way black, and then I got a black paint smudge there. And then I was wondering about the arms, and I guess I really didn't pay much attention, but he has a lot of red hair on his arms. I hope that's coming across well on camera. And I was like, I don't remember the Tiger Force having that. He doesn't. He has gray hair on the on his arms, and I think that's far less noticeable. Also, the skin tone's a lot lighter on the Tiger Force version than the standard version. He does have nice camo pants. I like the shininess of, breaking up the different, so he's got like a matte finish to his pants with then shiny knee pads and then the black boots. We don't really have to go over articulation too much with this guy. He's a G.I. Joe classified series. If you collect them, you know what to expect. But I just, with the hair, he's on a double dumbbell joint, so he can look up really far, and he can look down quite a bit too. So that's really nice. I really dig that. And nice ab crunch once you get it broken. I have not messed around with his ab crunch that much, so he can lean forward and back that far. And then, straight out of the package, I just fixed the webbing a little bit on all of his little holsters because they were kind of all over the place. Just taking a look again here at the comparisons, one of the things I did note is that he does come with a brown belt painted onto the sculpted belt on his waist piece, whereas the original Tiger Force version comes with a green belt. And his pants are a lot darker. The camo pants are a lot darker on the Tiger Force version. Also, you can see that on the Tiger Force version, his watch is gray and green with some little gray and green paint apps, whereas this one's just straight black. I think I would have preferred a little more color variation on that watch. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. So let's get him all kitted out here. Let's get his backpack on, see how he looks. Oh, there we go. And then get his little submachine gun in his hand to complete the look. And there you have it. There's one of my all-time top 3 favorite Joes ready to go. So, we can bring in some other figures in here for comparison as far as size comparison goes. We already have been looking at the original here, and I do have him on a stand, and this one's not, so he is standing a little bit taller right there. And then just to bring in some other Hasbro goodies, here he is next to Indiana Jones, a fellow outdoor explorer, Indiana Jones, and then here he is next to Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Let's get Indy out of the way, and another Hasbro figure. Here he is compared to a Luke Skywalker Black Series that we took a look at last week for May the 4th. So, let's get these guys out of the way. Let's get Outback under some lighting and into some poses and some backgrounds and see how this guy poses up. I am super excited to get this guy into my collection. Ever since they announced Tiger Force, I was really brokenhearted that they didn't do this version of him initially. Because this is the version of Outback that I like the most. And so I'm really happy to have him on my shelf and in my collection now. And I know Tunnel Rat is coming. I've made my own Alpine, which I've talked about on this channel before. Maybe I'll show him off one day. I'm sure sooner or later Hasbro will get around to making Alpine and I'll do a comparison. But I did buy a kit from Gridiron Studios to do that. Anyway, I love this figure. He looks great. I do have some QC issues. I wish, this would have been in a windowed package and I probably would have picked one with better paint apps. But c'est la vie, it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Thanks for staying tuned to the end of this video. Please give us a like, a comment, a subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon. All these things just take a couple of seconds and they mean the world to me and this channel and getting us out there in front of more people. Please check us out over at Instagram.com/Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And this has been the Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and please remember that I will see you in the toy aisles.